cooler today. That's good. Okay.
Time to start with team news, injuries.
Yes, I try to find some good news because I have several bad news, if I'm honest. Good news. Good news are Alex Sette is back. Was able to train with us and available for tomorrow, so it's quite good because, we're struggling a bit, especially in the defensive positions, and it's always good to have a lad like Alex back with experience and also, his capability, to bring some defensive balance into our game. That's quite good. And also quite good that Ibrahim Amadou and also Mario Funches got another week with us. So first full week for Ibrahim, and also for Mario Funches was important because he had a long-term injury. So quite good that we had a normal week and they were able to train with us. So these are the positives. But also many bad news. If I'm honest, we still have to go for the on just with two available centre backs because Tim Klose and Christoph Zimmermann are still out, so they're not available for tomorrow. Major doubt for tomorrow is Kenny McLean because he got a knack in his back during the training week and wasn't able to train on Wednesday, also on Thursday with big problems. He was back on the pitch today, but we have to wait if he reacts. At least he's a major doubt, and we definitely have to go also without Josip Jurimic. He got a strain in his hamstring on last Sunday training the day after the Liverpool game, and he will be out for at least for the game tomorrow and probably also then for the Chelsea game. So I hope to have him back before the international break, but we have to wait how he recovers. So he's definitely out for tomorrow. Also major doubt Adam Ider because he's also got a hit in his back, was not able to train on Wednesday. Some problems still on Thursday, back on the training pitch today, but it's a bit like the same like with Kenny McLean. So we have to wait how the body reacts after the training today. And big blow with Onel Hernandez, injury yesterday in his private life. Sounds a bit funny, but the result is if I'm honest, pretty horrible for us because he slipped on his way to his flat, slipped away on the stairs and fallen on his knee, and it's definitely a lateral meniscus tear. So that means we have to wait for the scan, but 95% it's confirmed. That is a tear. We also have to check if there's something with his ACL. There's at least a doubt if everything's okay. So the first diagnosis, he will be out for 3 months. Could be even worse. That means if the scan is really like this, he will need surgery as soon as possible, probably then on Monday. So big blow for us because first of all, he was pretty much in my plans for tomorrow because my feeling was we need his capability in the offense, 1-against-1, also his pace, especially for this game. But not only for this one game, because anyhow, sometimes you have to handle injuries and illnesses or bookings for a player. But also if he's really out for that long, really for several months, it's a big blow for us. And for that, all in all, I would say to sum it up, some bad news for us today. But it's like it is, we have to handle it.
How far away are Tim Klose and Christoph Zimmermann?
It's difficult to predict. If I'm honest, I was hoping that you were already involved during this week in team training, but no chance. So at least some good signs with Tim Klose. I think he will be available next week for the Chelsea game. With Christoph, we have to decide from day to day. He's not back in team training, and there was a little setback in his re-up, and for that, we have to wait how it develops.
Looking back at last week's game, how much did you learn about your team from that performance?
Not so much. So I made it clear several times that I totally believe in this group of players, and it was also more or less a message out of this game because it was a unbelievably difficult game. So away game at Anfield, winner of the Champions League, winner of the Super Cup. Meanwhile, so the most successful team in the moment in world football, without any doubt. And I think performance-wise, we were pretty good and not too far away from a good result. Yeah, of course. So have to work a bit more on the effectiveness in order to use more chances. I think we had more possession than Liverpool. We had more chances. We had more shots. I think we're the team with the most shots on their goal since 2.5 years. So Barcelona played there, Man City played there, Bayern Munich played there. Really giants in Europe, and there was a pretty good performance. My feeling is we should have scored perhaps a few more times. Yeah, and also it was anyhow a bit unlucky developing of the game with the own goal anyhow, and you were 2-0 back, although we were leading 5-1. The shot statistic after 25 minutes was also a bit tough and difficult to accept anyhow. So I think we don't have to learn. We know this. So against this top class side, so they are able to use each and every small mistake, but we knew it even before. And in general, so we're not too far away from having a really good result. Performance-wise, we were pretty good. Yeah, but on this level, you have to be to use each and every moment and to play nearly without mistakes in order to be there capable to win some points. And this is what we're trying to do in the next weeks.
Given it was such a difficult opening 45 minutes, how important was it for morale and all that to stiffen up and, as you said after the game, win the second half?
Quite important, and also for not only for the morale but also for the confidence. So especially for such a young side, we're an unbelievably young side at the weekend, and in general we have an unbelievably young group of players. And then when you have such an unlucky developing of the game, it's difficult, especially for the young players. And it's more or less like, although the performance was definitely all right, you are back at Anfield 4-0 at halftime. So it could be really, really difficult. But then to go out and to be there with such a performance in the second half, to win the second half under these circumstances is quite good. The whole stadium was celebrating. Yeah, Liverpool was also desperate to go further on, in a good mood. First game since the Champions League title, and then they were highly motivated to go further on also in the second half, and we delivered a really good performance. For that I was pretty pleased with this. Was good for our morale, was good for our confidence, and in general I was pleased with the performance, although I would have preferred to travel back with points.
Looking at this weekend, very different test.
Yes.
Pressure sort of off, I suppose, on Friday. Is there a bit more pressure on you tomorrow with your home opener? How do you approach that?
Yes, in general we know. So each and every game we have some pressure because we want to win each and every game some points. But we are also realistic. We know that in each and every game on this level we are the underdog because of the possibilities of the opponent, and we know. So of course we want to be there with points and want to go off the mark tomorrow. That's quite normal. But we know that. Yeah, perhaps Liverpool is anyhow the bigger name, but Newcastle is still an unbelievable big club, and I think it shows and it says a lot about their quality if they have already strikers like Dwight Gay, like Andy Carroll, like Mutu, and they're able to bring players in like Joel Linton, top class player, also on international level. Also Maximin, so top class player. They've got Almiron, I like him a lot. So my feeling is just the offensive position says a lot about their capabilities, and we have to be there at our best level in order to be competitive for points.
I imagine Carrow Road will be absolutely rocking tomorrow. How do you harness that atmosphere in a positive way?
You have to enjoy it. That's quite normal. So it's the first Premier League game at Carrow Road since a few years, and we all deserve, especially our supporters deserve, our whole club deserves that we are there with a good mood. So of course we are a bit disappointed with the injuries, but we have to put this aside. So it's no excuse or whatever, and I don't want to complain too much. So it's more like I trust my group of players, and I trust the players who right now have to deliver. And we're all looking forward to have this game, and we're looking forward to have this game at Carrow Road, and hopefully it will be a good afternoon for us.
You really went for it at Anfield. Will you change your approach at all?
No, we will go into each of the game in order to win games. So it's not like we want to avoid some losses. We want to win each of the game. It doesn't matter if we have a home game, a away game, if we play the top class sides, or perhaps a game where you think, okay, there's a chance to win this game or whatever. So it's more like, for me, in each of the game, you have a chance to win this game. And for that, we'll give it a real go. And that's also the approach for tomorrow.
And Tim Krul, how much are you looking forward to playing his opera?
I think he's highly motivated, especially after having such a good first game at Liverpool. There was a good performance, but the same also for Grant Hanley and all my players. So it's quite important. They're not over motivated, so they have to go out and concentrate on the topics and to focus on our processes. And then if we do this, if we are at our best level, we definitely have a chance.
Thank you.
Daniel, can we just row back a little bit with O'Neill. Blow for the lad, obviously, but blow for you because he gives you something a little bit different in that final third. If not, maybe a Todd Cantwell or a Patrick Roberts or an Eddie Buendia. So from that angle alone, it's a big blow, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. Because for me and for us as a group, he's a key player. So although he was not involved in the starting lineup at Liverpool, but to be honest, he was pretty much in my plans also for tomorrow. And we need different players, and he's a player who has this 1-against-1 capability, and even sometimes you have to create something over the wings, and with his pace, he's always a threat, and he can do the unpredictable. You need these players in this group, and you can handle the situation when such a player is perhaps out for one game, and to be honest, even for tomorrow, it's a big blow because he would have been unbelievably important for the game tomorrow, because Steve Bruce's sides are always well organized. It's difficult to break them down. Then you need this bit of unpredictable player and his creativity and his capability in 1-against-1 situation, but also on the long-term view. So it's a big blow that he's out, and I made clear before the season started. So we need also a bit luck in terms of injuries, and my feeling is you can't complain when there's something happens on the pitch. So that's quite normal. Then there's a hit, and then there's a swollen ankle or a back problem after hit or whatever. So, but it's more like we are unbelievably unlucky that Christoph Zimmermann injured himself in his private life right now. Also on Hernandez. So no accuse to the players this kind of thing happens. But my feeling is it was also a really unlucky start into the season, especially with two key players, Christoph and O'Neill, ruled out for several weeks right now. It's a big blow, but this is what you have to handle. So sometimes there are these unexpected setbacks, and I won't complain about this. So I trust a group of players, but it's especially for O'Neill and also for us a big blow.
And I guess you probably would always say the same, but particularly now in this situation, if he's going to be out for a length of time, door closes for him, but possibly an opportunity for some other guys who you would be looking for them to put their hands up and push themselves forward.
Yes, definitely. So we can't replace O'Neill in 1-against-1 because we don't have such a similar player, because he's really special, and for that we are unbelievably disappointed. But it's like this. So then we have to find solutions in a different way. So definitely, and it's up to me to help the players a bit in order to find some solutions. To be honest, tomorrow I would have preferred to have him with his 1-against-1 capability, but it's also a big chance then for some other players and for all the players and the whole group to find some solutions, and we also agreed to find some solutions.
When would you expect to get the scans done and actually know maybe how long it's going to be, how bad it is?
Yeah, this evening. So my feeling is we will already know tomorrow what exactly the case is. So like I said, 95% we are pretty sure that at least the lateral meniscus there's a tear and he needs a surgery. So we have already booked a date for surgery on Monday, and we are pretty sure that he needs this. It would be a big surprise if it's not that bad, but my concern is even a bit more that it's perhaps an ACL injury, and that would mean he was not only out for 3 months but perhaps for 6 months or something like this. So we hope that it's not too bad in this terms, but anyhow, we think he will be out for several months, and for that we're all disappointed.
Christoph Zimmermann, where are we now with him timeline-wise? Would we possibly see him before the international break?
I still have hope. I still have hope that he's then back during team training at any point during the next 1 or 2 weeks. So I hope he could be an option. Let's say then perhaps for the West Ham game. I don't expect. He's not available for tomorrow. I don't expect him to be back for Chelsea. We have to see. So it's more like from day to day. We have to see how quick he's doing some step forwards. At least he's back on the pitch running, doing some running stuff. And right now we have to wait how the knee reacts, and hopefully he's back, because my feeling is he's already out since 6 weeks and he should return pretty soon to team training, but we'll have to wait. So the good thing is that Tim Klose seems to be back then during the next week in training, and then if he's capable to do this, he would be available for the Chelsea game, because we have some problems on the in the numbers in the centre back positions, to be honest at the moment. But it's like this, so sometimes you have to handle tricky situations. Pretty often it's anyhow deep during a season. We right now have to handle this situation in the beginning of the season, and but I trust my players, and I'm pretty hopeful and pretty sure that we'll find some solutions.
So in terms of another area of the pitch, centre midfield, obviously you're saying Kenny possibly won't be fit for tomorrow. but Amadou is in the mix. Alex Teti potentially as well. With Ibrahim, could he? You feel is he now having trained full week with the guys? In your mind, could he be an option for the starting team?
It helped a lot. So he's definitely available and could be an option. On the other hand, so it's more like it's a bit difficult because it was his first full week and he still has to adapt a bit to our style and learns a bit also about the players. It's a bit easier for a player like Alex Tete, for example. He knows each and every player, how every player moves. Also, not a big problem in terms of how we want to play, and also with language and something like this. It's a bit more tricky with Ibrahim, but my feeling is he also has 1 or 2 steps forward, and it will also help in terms of integrate him, and also that we have a cup game pretty soon, and at least he's available and he looked much improved also during this week. I'm not sure if he's really a topic for the starting lineup, but at least he's a topic to be available, and that's good news.
And another guy, central midfield, Moritz Liner, he certainly made an impact when he came on second half at Anfield. Was that a difficult call not to put him into the 11? Because you used him quite a lot in pre-season, he played a lot of minutes.
Yes, definitely, because it's a bit the same like with Orlando Decimo. It's also a key player for us, but it doesn't mean that each and every key player is always each and every second on the pitch. So it also depends a bit on which type of players you need in the positions. And Moritz is always great when we have to control the game, and when we are there with lots of possession and to create something special, want to keep the ball. And I always have a good feeling when he's on the pitch. But against Liverpool it was also necessary that we need a bit more physical threats on the pitch because of their dynamic players in the midfield. And even in the last 35 minutes, he had a really good impact, played some really nice passes, had a good chance. And I was pleased with Moritz. I'm also pleased with Shape in the moment, and he can be a topic from tomorrow. Yes.
And just one final one there, the club have confirmed Louis Thompson, you've let him go to Shrewsbury. Is that just he needs to go and play games now, and that's probably a good level for him? Yes,
so first of all, it's we had to wait a bit how the injury developed, and on his position right now we've got Sam Byram. That helps a lot because he can play the right fullback position. We've got another option to Max Owens, and also in the central position right now Alex Tete is back to fitness, and also Ibrahim Amadou is right now there, so we have got some good options. And after being out for such a long time and then another injury during pre-season, got the feeling the most important thing for Louis is that he gets some game time, and he's full of potential. He's a great lad, but after this history, so it's not easy after being out for 2.5 years right now on the top level to come back, and for that we got the feeling it's the right decision for him, and hopefully he returns then with many minutes, and for that I think it's the right choice for him.
Moving on to the game itself, did you get a chance to watch any of the Newcastle Arsenal game? Have you seen it since, and just what sort of threats do you think they'll pose tomorrow?
Yes, definitely. So I think it was a really close game. Was a bit unlucky that they lost this game, and like always, I'm full of respect for Steve Bruce and his approach, and his sides. I always got the feeling they work with lots of commitment and a good spirit, and in terms of man management, Steve is outstanding. Got a good feeling for the players, and his sides are always fully committed, and well structured. It's difficult to break them down. So it will be a game where we have to be unbelievably patient, but it's also like they have many threats in the offense, and we have to be unbelievable switch on, that we control their counters, that we also control their individual quality in the offense, because they have high class top class players. Not only in the offense, so also some key players like Shelby, for example, in the midfield and build up play, and many threats. We have to be unbelievably awake in order to be competitive tomorrow.
Touching on patience, do you think this season maybe the home fans and the players as well, probably as much, will just need to accept that it won't be the swashbuckling, scoring lots of goals and dominating the ball at Carrow Road? You'd like to do that, but clearly now playing against probably better teams and better players, and it might be a case more often than not this season it will be a little bit more patience, and stick with it.
Yes, we have to learn this. So it's a bit the price you have to pay after such an exciting and amazing season. So we were so much entertaining in each of the game. We scored goals for fun. We had so many wins at home, and it's more like after 10 or 15 minutes when we're not in lead. So it's more like you got the feeling, okay, come on, right now it's time to do this and to go in lead. But in each of the game, in the home games but also in the away games, we have to learn that right now we play in the best league in the world, and for that we have to be unbelievably patient. And the opponent is there is a proper team, and I think we need to stick together. And there will be in each of the home game. But in general, each of the game, but also in the home games, difficult periods and situations when you are not able to create chances all 2 minutes or something like this. I think it's important that we are patient and that we don't lose the nerves. The players, for the players, so that we're mentally strong and accept also some mistakes and some losses of the ball and some setbacks during the game. So it will be unbelievably important that we are mentally strong during the season, and that's what we're trying to do. But also the message a bit for our supporters. But I got the feeling they have a good feeling for this, and they will be there for us and support us, especially during the difficult periods of the game, and because it's exactly what we need. And I trust our supporters to do this.
Just one more from me. How important do you feel it is for the belief that you just get that first 3 points on the board tomorrow? A lot of positives, obviously, the way the game panned out at Anfield, but just to get a point or two on the board.
Yeah, it would be always unbelievable important for the confidence, but also for the mood, and also for the self-confidence. That's quite sure. I think we can take lots of positive things out of this Liverpool game, because we showed that we are capable to compete on this level. But it's also the best thing when you reward yourself with some points, because then it's more like a big relief, especially after the first point. It doesn't matter so much if it's just 1 point or if it's 3 points. So it's more like that you have something you can count, and for that. Yeah, of course, we go into each every game in order to win this game, but to gain some points tomorrow, even if it's just 1 point, would be quite important.
In terms of the League Cup draw away to Crawley, just get your reaction to obviously a game against a League Two side, but I guess an extra game with the amount of fitness issues around the players is probably going to be quite helpful, is it?
Yes, for several players after long-term injuries, also like players for Ibrahim, for example, to settle in, that will be quite important. But it's also like I'm a deep believer in cup competitions, and we will be greedy to be successful there, and we want to go further on. It's never an easy game, so it's a bit like even more difficult like during preseason. So you can't take it as given that although you play on a higher level, that you win such games. So we ourselves had pretty often this experience. For example, last season we were able to beat Cardiff away, and when the team from the lower tier has a home game, it's even more difficult, because more or less the game of the year for them, and they will be highly motivated, and it will be a difficult game. But we go step by step. So at first we concentrate on the game tomorrow, then the Chelsea game, and then the Crawley game will come. But it's a good game to have, and I'm a deep believer in cup competitions.
In terms of Anel's injury, obviously, as you say, that's a blow. You did bring in an under-23 lad, Aidan Fitzpatrick, this summer, who was playing first team football last year. Would he be someone that could step up to the first team if needed, or do you feel the likes of Heiser, Steepman sort of give you enough flexibility?
All players of our under 23 or under 19 or whatever, they have that chance to be involved. So there's no limit for them. Of course, they can improve, but we have also to say that's not that easy to reach this level. So we have several options also on the winger positions, but each and every young player is also allowed and pretty much welcome to impress in each and every training session. But sometimes it's not so easy to reach immediately the level. So you have a good group of players, and I won't complain, and trust the players like Patrick Roberts is a threat on the wing. Even Philip Heiser can play more in the offensive role. So I trust my players, and we'll find some solutions.
And just finally, David Thompson has gone out on loan for the season to Shrewsbury. Was that a difficult decision in terms of you obviously want to get in minutes, but maybe you can't quite guarantee them here at the moment?
No, I mentioned a few moments before, so it was not that difficult. So we got the feeling it's the right choice right now for Louis. Yeah, always a bit difficult, because he's such a great lad, because you want such a lad always to have around in this group, but also he's full of potential. But we all got the feeling, okay, it's in this stage of career important to get back to his rhythm and to get some game time, and for that, definitely the right decision.
Thanks, sir.
Good.
With so many injuries, is there any chance you'll look at any free agents, or go with what you've got?
We go with what we've got. That's quite normal. Of course, we won't fall asleep or whatever. So that's not like we right now are tempted to have a panic reaction or whatever. This is what you sometimes have to handle. And I totally believe in my group of players, and they're all in a good shape, and we'll find some solutions. So no panic reaction, that's for sure.
And having these injuries, how much will you need your fans tomorrow to really get behind the team and sing them over the line?
They are crucial. So to be honest, even if we are there without any injury problems, we are the underdog in each of the game, and we need them in each of the game. But in this situation, even more. So our fans have a good feeling for this moment. So we know that we have to play without several key players, without Tim Klose, Christoph Zimmermann, without Onel Hernandez, and also some players are just on the way back after injuries. Mario Frančić, who was crucial, Alex Tete, Ibrahim Amadou needs a bit more time. Kenny McLean perhaps out for tomorrow. So in general, we have many injuries of key players at the moment, and Josip Drmic, I forgot. So also in a really good shape, and also quite a good option for us. And for that we definitely need the support of our fans, and we need to stick together, because in order to be successful, we need to be there with a big surprise tomorrow, to break the rules, and that's what we're trying to do. And for that, we need our fans.
And finally, when Steve Bruce brought Sheffield Wednesday here last season, they were really impressive, weren't they? So how much of a admiration do you have for Steve Bruce?
I mentioned before, so I'm full of respect, and I like a lot what he's doing. So in terms of management, he's so experienced. So you got the feeling when you judge his side, they're always fully committed. He's got a good feeling, and also in terms of management, my feeling is he's brilliant with the players. They are pretty often well organized. He knows exactly what is important in order to be successful in a football game, and I'm full of respect. And for that, I know, so his sides are always unbelievably difficult to break down, and it's good to see Steve back, because he's a brilliant guy. It's always a pleasure to speak with him. Not so nice when he's the coach of the opponent, to be honest, because then it means it's always a difficult task. But we are full of respect.
Thank you.
Good, thanks a lot.